Right, what is up? This, hopefully, if it works, is a training game against Billy, Papa Zombie. And we have played before, and I think it's 2-1 to me right now. So I'm currently rated 1451, and Billy is 1371. And of course, we're going for the goring gambit. So this is the Scotch accepted, and this, thankfully, is the goring gambit. Now, I don't think I've had one so far in my speedrun, which is really annoying, because I've had loads of really, really good games in the goring, and I'm writing a course on it at the moment. So this is similar to the Danish, okay? But with the addition that you've brought the knights out to here and here. So the goring, now, you can play it two ways. Knight takes c3, perfectly fine. But in fact, the more popular, even at master level, actually the more popular move is bishop c4 here. So he's played 1, 2, 3 moves with the same pawn already. Now, if he makes a fourth move, and then that pawn comes off the board, he's got nothing to show for his moves, interestingly. So right now, I am working on a course, a short course in the goring gambit, and this is aimed at up to intermediate players, so maybe up to my level at 1700, something like that. Okay, and so we have so it's not fully accepted, so this is like single, double, not fully accepted. So he's come out with that. I've recaptured with a knight. He's chosen not to take the knight. Okay, one golden rule, basic rule: if you can play queen b3 and threaten the barrage of doom on f7, you should do it. He's going to move his queen to here or here now. Another move they can play is knight h6, but as you can see, because he's already played the move pawn h6, knight h6 is not playable. That just drops the pawn, and the king has to move, so it's not good at all. Precious. Okay, now, a couple of things here, a couple of good reasons to castle. One is I want to get my rook onto e1. Why? Because the queen and the king are on the on the e-file. And the other one is I'm in a pin, so I want to get out of it. Get out of it! So this knight would also like to move, because anytime the queen comes to here or here, your knight very often wants to come to this square and then here, where he's within range of Her Majesty. Again, a tempo gaining move. This is very much about tempo, this opening. Okay, so I think... Hang on, from memory, I'm trying to remember my own theory here. I take with the queen. And I think the reason, well, one good reason is g7's undefended. Because he used to have a dark squared bishop, and he doesn't anymore. Another nice thing is, I've moved my queen here, I get out of knight a5 with a fork on the queen and bishop. Now, very often, d6 is a very common move in the goring. Very often, if your queen is here and they play knight here, if this pawn has moved, you can play queen to there or there with check. But in this situation, that ain't possible. Now, here I believe that e5 is the move. With tempo again. So, again, another golden rule. We're trying to prevent black from castling if we can. You don't always succeed. So here, if knight takes, I give up the pawn, but then queen, is she really going to recapture? Well, no. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Now, why can't I just go there? Obviously, I can't go there. I attack the knight. The queen's defended. So he can't go there or there because pawn takes. Goes there. Probably. Ooh, I don't know. Because there I've got knight takes. I think this should work. He goes, let's say he goes here. we're not in Kansas anymore territory now. There, I'm simply attacking the knight, okay? And I'm not in the way of the bishop. So if he goes here, I've got option to take twice. But that would open up the pawn. That's a good move, Bill. And you really are making me think now. Okay. If I go queen here, he's got that as well. That just drops the other knight. So, right, let's try this. Try this. He might go there. He might go there. That's out. That's out. That's out. These are possible. I just come back to here. Yeah, okay. Then I'm attacking the knight. He does get to castle there, though. Here, he can still castle. This idea going on now. I go here. If he castles, push, he takes, that hits the queen. Okay, I'm just going to play it relatively safe, I think. Blocked off my bishop as well. I'm not entirely happy about that. I have two bishops. He's got one very bad one and also a very bad rook. So here, I mean, this is all about, the name of the game here is initiative. So that's striking fast, striking hard. Don't let your opponent kind of get his stuff together and just castle and enjoy his extra pawn. But yeah, so there you go. He's castled. Okay. Now, right, queen's the only defender of this. Feel like I want to get my bishop off the back rank. So I'm thinking b3, bishop b2. Rook e8 might be played. Then bishop b2 adds a third defender to the pawn. Three of them defending it. Queen has to defend this, which is under attack by my queen. So I've had two moves over a minute there. It was this move, it was this knight e4 move that puzzled me a bit. Okay, there we go. That's what we expected, and I had my move lined up ready. I reckon d6 is coming. D6, okay. Then the pawn defends the knight. Notice this pawn is in a pin. Can we make use of that? There and push. He's not going to take with the queen, so that's out. I think he'd be unlikely to take with the pawn as well. Could he take with the knight? Take backwards with the knight. There, knight just takes. I've just given away another pawn. I can't take because my queen's undefended. I can play rook fe1. Could play rook ae1 as well. Rook fe1 makes sense. He takes, I take back. He takes, I take back. What about here? Takes, takes, takes. f4 hitting the knight. The knight can't move because it's mate. Is that worth a try? Got to try something. Guy's playing well. You can just attack me. And I think I just hit the knight back. So if he takes and takes and takes, still f4 is a free attack. This pawn after takes, okay. He's got queen, has he got queen takes? Queen takes, I go here with the disco on the queen. Okay, so he hasn't done that. Alright, now I'm now 2 pawns behind, but I've got beautiful bishops and the queen on the barrage. So still, it's all about now. I can't sack there. I mean, yes, if he takes with the queen, I can win the knight, because the queen's the only defender of the knight, but he could also take with the king. Is it time to play rook fe1, or is f4 playable? Let's say f4. Let's try this on for size. If he takes it, he gets mated. If he pushes forward, he gets mated. Okay, so f4. This. Oh, I've got. Yeah. Gotta like it. Also, bishop a3 can be a move in some lines. This would have the effect of pinning the knight on the queen. Maybe bring this rook over as well, just to add even more pressure. This pawn's effectively pinned, and so is this pawn. Is it an absolute pin? Okay. Now just here attacking the knight. Yeah, he says in the chat those bishops look dangerous. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So they're playing very well though. And she's fast asleep. Okay. So I'm thinking this. I'm just going to play it. Takes, I've got rook takes, double up the rooks on the f-file. That is good, and that's being King Kahuna pressure on f7. Okay. All right. Take there. I think no, I definitely don't want to give up the bishops at all. Now he takes here, I've got queen takes. Okay, and that's 3 attackers on here, but 3 defenders. For now. Oh. Wow, very good play. I could have, why didn't I just trade queens? Should have just traded queens. Holy camoli. What am I thinking? Okay, here's the plan. Ah, that was crazy. Queen moves. We wipe out the knight, which is the only defender of that. Okay. So queen moves, like coming after the bishop or something like that. I take out the knight. Queen takes bishop, though. I come here, king goes there, but then I win the rook. I'm a whole rook down. Yeah, I should have snatched at that one, didn't I? What did I think about that for 12 seconds? I am 2 pawns down, but, you know. Okay, so the knight is the key defender here. Because that forces the king away. And it's basic queen fork. Okay. If I take now, simply pawn takes, nothing gained. I'm down a knight and 2 pawns. Here's my hunch. Oops. That puts extra pressure on g7 now. And I've just hung it. Bah! Curses. Curses. Ah, bugger. Very good sport. He played exceedingly well. Okay. Right, we're going to have a look at the review. Played 95 accuracy. Yeah. Like, seriously, sorry, Yemen Viking. I know I keep declining your... I played 1950 level, but the boy played out of his skin at 2200. Seriously, what can you do? No blunders at all. I made 2 mistakes. So, yeah, this is inaccurate. That's a good move. Yeah, I know the machine often says get out of the pin at the earliest opportunity, and I used to have that as part of my kind of rules, but now I'm going for the thing. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so we're fine here. Takes, queen takes is the right move, and great. But I mean, it's like, what is there to analyze? You know, we're playing great chess here. Yeah, this was the tricky move. And we've gone from 0.9 to 0.1, right? But I'm still slightly better. Yeah. And now that my opponent's got to castle, you know, hey, you're going to be up against it. Now the bishops were good, and it's still equal position. That was the best move. That was fine. Yeah, bishop a3 I kind of overlooked, but you know, I was kind of, you very often want your bishop here, looking at these. And I was just trying to find a way through, and Billy just, you know, he shut the door on me, and even without using all of his pieces, his knights were so strong. And that was actually a mistake. So, rook, interesting one. Look at this. Rook a e1 seems so unnatural. But if you've got ideas of playing f4 later on with a rook behind it. So, yeah, rook a e1 here. And we're doing fine. Yeah, then go after the pawn. The pawn's actually in a pin. Can't move. So what's going to happen? You can't do that. Checkmate. Yeah, so didn't spend enough time on it at all. But, you know, just beaten by the stronger player on the day. I mean, the guy played like a title player. So what can you do? Hats off to you, Billy. I mean, I brought my best game. There is no infallible opening. But hopefully I made the zombie sweat a little bit. Not every game goes away without always some learning moments. Well, there are, you know. Yeah, what do you have to do? Yeah, I comfort myself with the thought that he's in Texas, so 6 or 7 hours behind me, and it's been dark here for 2 hours. But very weak excuse anyway. Yeah, Billy, congrats, mate. Very well done. One great move for me, 2 great moves for him. Yeah, model game, and a great example of how to defend against the goring gambit, which is very evil indeed. So we'll leave it there. Hats off, Billy. Well done. Thank you for watching. See you later.